Alright guys, what's going on? We are doing our Sony post reactions. They were their conference was about an hour long. I got a lot to say. I'll let you go first.
Well, first of all, they started off with like last year with the music, like live performance. And at first we thought it was Last of Us, but no, it was actually Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. But we couldn't hear the audio because the audio was like off, like they were recording it weirdly. They weren't quite set with the.
It was like they didn't have it connected to the trailer itself. They were. It's like someone was in the back of the stage, like recording it out of like the like there's like the surround system or it was weird. You couldn't hear.
It does look really good still. I mean, it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
And after that, they showed the more Days Gone, right?
It was the Horizon, story expansion.
Yeah. And then it was Days Gone.
Yeah, and then it was Days Gone. Yeah. Which the Horizon story expansion looks great. It looks great. I love Horizon, so I still gotta beat it, but I am glad it's getting an expansion. I hope that becomes a big franchise for Sony because it's done so well. Yeah, and then when they went to Days Gone, which Days Gone. See, I don't know what you think of it. Me personally, like last year, I saw it and I was like, okay, open world zombie game, whatever,
It does look a lot more interesting than last year.
Yeah, like
last year was like, okay, generic zombie games, zombie flowing crazy biker.
Yeah. Now, like a lot of the mechanics, I like what you can do. I like how you can manipulate the AI of the enemy and stuff. Like they showed how the guy he went through the fence and he put a charge on this one fence, hid in the bushes, like blew up the fence. So all the zombies came out and rushed the enemy base. So the bandits and the zombies basically took each other out. No, he was able to, climb up there and rescue his friend.
Yeah.
I like it. It's pretty cool. I'll definitely a little more interested in it. I'll see a little more. Last of Us 2. I know we kept talking about that. That was not at their conference.
It was not at their conference.
It's very
Nor was
crazy.
Gran Turismo Sport.
Yeah, no Gran Turismo Sport. I'll say it right now. The conference was very underwhelming. It felt like it went by way too fast. Mm-hmm. There just a lot of the games we knew about. A lot of the games we didn't know were mostly VR stuff, which, again, I'm not a VR person.
Either.
They look like little fun games for maybe 5 minutes. Some of them look like games that don't even need VR.
Yeah.
Like there's that platforming game. I forgot what the hell it was called. That one, the game where you're watching the person walk side-scrolling.
Did they give it a name?
Yeah, it had a name, but it was like I don't remember what it was. But like the big giant was like slamming the fist down and stuff. It's like it's a side-scrolling platformer adventure game. It's like why is this a VR thing? Like I don't understand. It doesn't look substantial enough. I feel like I need to drop $400 to get that headset. I just don't. I still think they're trying to ride the VR hype train as far as they can until it completely dies off. Because it's not. I don't think we're gonna see any VR next E3. I think this was like the last push because
last hurrah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just. But they showed off more God of War, which it looks great. The combat looks a lot better. We were able to see more of the combat than we were last year. I think it looks a lot
more hack and slashy.
Yeah, it's not like the crazy hack and slash style like the old style.
Yeah,
but the combat's a good balance.
It feels like you have more. You see like the force between with the throws.
Yeah, more combos, more doable. You have more control over it.
Yeah.
The big boss they showed last year looked more like a quick time event thing. It looked more like a cinematic, like, oh, this is how like the Last of Us God of War version or something.
Yeah.
It looks. I'm a lot more. I was always hyped for God of War, but I was always scared for it.
On the fence.
Yeah, my fears have been leveled a bit, so I'm not as fearful of it. Obviously, I still want to see more.
Yeah.
It's still a different take on it. I love the story. The story looks brilliant. I can't wait to see Kratos' character development in this game. It's gonna be amazing. What?
Still no subtitle.
Yeah, no subtitle. Like, what's up with that?
This is God of War still.
Yeah. Early 2018, we kind of knew that. This game was not going to come out this year.
No.
But early 2018, that's pretty good. Usually, I think a couple of the previous God of War games release early in their years, like usually in the spring and whatnot. Yeah. So that's kind of fits the pattern. I don't know what else. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. That's what Marvel vs. Capcom.
Free story demo.
Oh yeah, today, free story demo. Go download that. I'm gonna download it. He's gonna download it. We're gonna try it out. It's gonna be awesome. Might do a gameplay video of it. Maybe on Wednesday. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be on Nintendo. But
yeah, Nintendo.
Maybe Wednesday I might do a gameplay video on that. That'd be cool. But I'm trying to think what else they really talked about. Obviously, the big closer was Spider-Man. Spider-Man was the closer.
Which is surprising to us.
Yeah, it's just like because
they said
they said well-respected developer, and it was a Sony exclusive in every sense of the word. And I mean,
that was Naughty Dog.
Naughty Dog, we think is more like, I mean, don't get me wrong, and you know, Insomniac, great developers, and they're renowned, but Naughty Dog is a household name, I thought. Yeah. And then of course they talked about exclusive in every sense of the word.
Right.
Last of Us, that's a complete exclusive to Sony. Like this Spider-Man game is exclusive to Sony, but Spider-Man, the character in general, is not exclusive. Yeah. Like it's not a PlayStation synonymous character. So like I was like, what Spider-Man? So I thought it was gonna be Last of Us 2. The fact that we got to see more Spider-Man, we finally got gameplay of it after all this time, and it looks incredible. It looks beautiful.
But it comes out next year.
Yes.
2018. After
all that gameplay, they just said 2018. So it's not even early. So it's probably gonna come out after God of War.
Probably.
So we'll probably be seeing it again at next E3. That's 3 E3s in a row we're seeing Spider-Man. That's getting ridiculous. It's just, come on. It's just like, I want to play the game. It looks very far in development. It just, I don't know. The gameplay was amazing. I love just what they were doing. You can manipulate the environment with the webbing and stuff.
And his comments, like his classic Spider-Man comments.
Oh, yeah. Yes. And at the very end, they teased Miles Morales. And I know there's a lot of Miles Morales fans. Personally, I'm more for Peter Parker, but I know there's a lot of fans of Miles Morales, so that's actually cool. They threw those fans a bone. They might be doing something like that. I know IGN was speculating that maybe they would be doing like a God of War thing, like they have the mentor, you know, father-son, well not father-son, mentor, you know, student relationship thing. So, which would be interesting if we saw like the Peter Parker Spider-Man training later on in the game to Miles Morales. Like that'd be really cool. But again, we don't know. We just saw a little quick tease of Miles Morales. Didn't have no Spider-Man suit. Had no sign of Spider-Man. It was just some guy saying, "Hey, Miles, come on!" You know, it's like so. But I'm trying to think what else there was. Shadow of the Colossus is getting a remake, remaster, whatever it is. It looks cool. I love Shadow of the Colossus. It's something came out of left field, but the trademarks went up today. So we just came out, so we kind of knew something was Shadow of the Colossus too. Monster Hunter was a big surprise, even though that had trademark that came out like in the past day or so as well. Monster Hunter World. My problem with Monster Hunter is it looks amazing. This one looks a lot open world, which is great. Great step forward for the franchise. I know another hunting game, Tokiden, did that because Tokiden 1 and Tokiden Kiwami were kind of like Monster Hunter in the aspect where the areas were segmented off. Tokiden 2 went completely open world. Monster Hunter World looks like it's doing that, hence the term world. My problem with it is the series started on Sony for several years. It was on the PS2 and PSP, several installments. Then it just flipped and went to Nintendo, which was weird. But all the fans since then have migrated over to Nintendo systems. Now you're going to put this one on PS4. Like, they didn't say if it's exclusive. They didn't say whether it's multi-platform. They just announced it. So my thing is it going to be exclusive to PS4? Is it going to be on both PS4 and Switch? Like, I don't know. And my thing is, after so many years in Nintendo, is it going to go back to Sony? Like, that's my thing. Like, I don't want them to split the fan base and be like, okay, so it's going to be on Nintendo for 5 years, then Sony for 6 years, then Nintendo for 4 years, then Sony for 7 years. Like, I mean, I don't want them to go back and forth. Either pick one or do both.
Right.
So it's like, because Monster Hunter is a big franchise, it's especially with the multiplayer and the co-op aspect. It's a big franchise in that aspect, so you have a big player base that are going to want to stick to a group of platforms for those games. So that's what I'm saying. Either do it on both or pick one. Like, that's what I mean. Like, I don't understand. Especially when, see, I'm betting that sadly it's going to be exclusive because they just revealed in Japan Monster Hunter Double Cross for the Switch.
Right.
So now they got Monster Hunter World for the PS4, and it's like, you know. And the sad thing is, like I mentioned this earlier, you're going to get all those Sony fanboys that are going to be like, oh, well, Monster Hunter Tri, Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, Monster Hunter Stories, Monster Hunter Generations, Monster Hunter Double Cross. Oh, all those are casual kiddie games. Monster Hunter World is like for the real fans, and this is back to the PSP games. You know you're gonna have those Sony fanboys being like that, which get out of here. Like that's gonna be ridiculous. It's still gonna be Monster Hunter. They're all great games. Like it's just my point is, I want them to either stick with one or do both. Stop yanking the fan base back and forth because it's getting a little bit ridiculous. Like I mean, for a franchise, a big multiplayer squad-based co-op franchise like this, it needs a dedicated platform for the fan base to migrate to. It just needs it. So, but it looks good. It looks really good. It looks like there's a lot of new mechanics and stuff, which is really cool. Going back to Shadow of the Colossus, my thing with it is, it's great they're remaking, remastering, whatever. But I was hoping for something more with the IP, like maybe a prequel or sequel, or like I don't know. Like it's just. The game was amazing on PS2, and even more so on PS3. Like even on the PS2, it looked better than a lot of PS3 games.
Yeah.
It was Shadow of the Colossus was an outstanding game for its time. So the fact that it was already re-released on PS3, it's great that it's getting a PS4 re-release, but there's so many other games that were more deserving and need more spotlight. So many classic PS1 titles, you know. Spyro, Jet Moto, you're talking about Ape Escape earlier and stuff, so that's what I'm saying. It's like there's all these other stuff, and they're doing Shadow of the Colossus again. So it's like, so at this point, Shadow of the Colossus is going to be in every single, like, so when PlayStation 5 comes out, they're going to put Shadow of the Colossus in there too. It's like, oh, it's been on PS2, and it's like we got the PS3 remastered, and they got the PS4 remastered, there'll be PlayStation 5 remastered. It's getting a little bit ridiculous. I mean, again, I'm hoping there might be some new content with it or something new, some hook to it other than just, oh, it's remastered and prettied up. But we'll see. Like I said, most of the stuff is still like 2018. I think Shadow of the Colossus was that 2018. I think, or was that this year? I think it was. Yeah, it was
next year.
2018. Yeah, 2018 for that. 2018 for Spider-Man. Early 2018 for God of War. Days Gone, I don't think has a release date. They showed more of Detroit. Become Human, which I'm not a fan of it, but still, that game has been shown so much over the years, over the past couple of years, and there's still no date for it, no year even. Like, when's that game coming out? Like, I mean, come on, And besides that, there was no other surprises. There's no hardware stuff, which thank God. I mean, I was afraid that they were gonna go into it with Vita 2 or PS4 Switch or something. There's not. All the rumors, like there was rumors for Bloodborne 2, there was rumors for PlayStation All-Star sequel, none of that. So I think like you were saying, I think a lot of big announcements are going to be saved for PlayStation Experience or like Tokyo Game Show and things like that. There was a lot of stuff for like they talked about the Japanese games, and like they had Shadow of the Colossus, they had like we talked about Monster Hunter. They had a couple, but they didn't have any, like, I was hoping for some more, like, turn-based RPGs, like classic Japanese RPGs and stuff. Dragon Quest would have been perfect. Dragon Quest would have stolen the show for me, like, if they had Dragon Quest 11, but they didn't. I'm hoping maybe it's at Nintendo's tomorrow, but just because I want a Dragon Quest 11 Western announcement, and this would be the perfect time to do it. So hopefully with Nintendo tomorrow, but still, there was that, I guess I was expecting more Japanese stuff, but, yeah, I don't know, it was very average, it was very... Like, there's no killer app for 2018. So, I mean 2017 for the rest of the year, which is weird because for the first half of the year, from January until the end of this month, when Crash comes out, there's been a really steady lineup. There's been really great games. Neo, Nier, Horizon, Persona 5, Crash coming out. Like I said, Wipeout. There's so many games that have been coming out. For the rest of the year, there's not much. I mean, you have Uncharted coming out, which looks really amazing. I think it's going to be better than 4. That comes out in August. I know Yakuza comes out. I know Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite comes out. And a couple of games here and there, but it doesn't seem like there's a big killer app. Like, no God of War, no Spider-Man, none of these titles that we're still waiting on. They're still next year or later, or no date. Like, it's just, it's getting a bit ridiculous. Like, they've been showing the same games, like, the past couple of years, and it's just like, we need something for this year, and we need to see these games come out. Like, that's my thing. So, and like I said, they spent a little bit too much time in the middle talking about VR. I did not care for that. So, I think personally, if they really want to focus on VR, they need to make VR a separate event. They shouldn't have made like a half-hour special conference for VR.
Right.
I don't know. That's just what I think. But yeah, I don't know. It was, like I said, it was a little bit underwhelming. When Sean Layden came on stage and said, "Thank you, everyone. We got one more game," and it was Spider-Man, and I was like literally, he said I was like, that was it? That was it? Like, there's nothing more? No surprises?
Right.
Like, it's just crazy. Like, it's crazy that there's no other, just like, wow. Like, and it just went by so fast. Like, I'm just like, I don't know. So, I don't know. What other thoughts do you have on it? Like, I mean,
I was so hyped, and then I got let down. Let's put it that
yeah.
way.
I mean, yeah, just,
Oh, Sony.
that's kind of pretty much where I'm at. I mean, it wasn't bad. I mean, there's something, like I said, I liked seeing more God of War. I liked seeing more Spider-Man.
Is it bad? I think Ubisoft's is better than Sony's.
Yeah, I mean, Ubisoft was pretty good. Like, they had a diverse lineup. They had good games. They had stuff for this year and next year and stuff. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, that, theirs was pretty good. And even Microsoft had a couple, like Xbox games on back to better, so it's like, I don't know. It's just, Sony just seemed a little bit, they played it safe this year, I guess. They played it really safe, and they don't have a lot for the rest of this year. And I guess that's my main issue.
Yeah.
So, I give it like a 6 or a 7 maybe. Like, I mean,
6.5.
Yeah, it's just, not too great. A little underwhelming. So,
yeah.
Anyways, let us know what you guys think. What did you guys think of Sony? Did you love it, hate it, kind of in the like us? What do you think? What game are you looking forward to the most? Is it Spider-Man, God of War? Days Gone? Let us know. Leave some comments below. Tomorrow is Nintendo's. We will be doing live reactions for the Spotlight, and we'll try to do the first hour of the Treehouse, because Reggie said there will be announcements during the first hour. So, and then we'll do our post reactions for that, and that'll be pretty much a wrap up for E3. So tomorrow's Nintendo Day. So yeah, stay tuned, guys. Nintendo tomorrow. Thanks for watching.